Our next guest says things are about to get even worse for crypto, and he considers himself a bull. Spencer Bogart is partner at Blockchain Capital. He joins us from San Francisco. Spencer, it's always great to speak with you.
Thanks so much for having me.
So this pressure that you're forecasting, this all has to do with redemptions?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I mean, I'm super bullish on crypto right now, but does that mean that I think that things can't go lower? It doesn't, right? So I think the prices are pretty good right now if I was looking to go and buy something like Bitcoin, right? And we can talk about some of the reasons there. But specifically why prices might go lower, we're talking about a fund redemption cycle. So if we go back to the summer of 2017 when crypto prices were booming, there was about 100, 200, maybe 300 new crypto hedge funds that were formed, right? And so in the summer of 2017, we have the formation of all of these funds. Well, now here in the summer of 2018, a lot of them are hitting the end of their one-year lockup. That means that the LPs in those funds are now looking at a down 50% year, and they're saying, hey, I want to redeem out of that fund. That means forced selling on behalf of all of these new crypto funds that have popped up. So I think that that could take prices artificially lower. But again, I think that the price of something like Bitcoin is very attractive at these levels.
When you say artificially lower, that's based on what? I mean, that implies that right here it's fairly valued. And how would you come up with a fairly valued number for any cryptocurrency?
Well, let's be fair. A lot of the coins, I think, especially in the long tail of these coins, a lot of the ICOs that we've seen over the past year are still very overvalued. But when I look at something like Bitcoin, I'm very, very constructive. And that's because it has the mind share, right? Most people know about it. It has the distribution. So if we think about all of the countries around the world, almost every major country has a fiat on-ramp where people can use their US dollars, their British pounds to go ahead and buy some Bitcoin. Right? And no other coin has that kind of distribution. In addition, Bitcoin is also the safest from a regulatory perspective. So while we're not sure of which coins might be declared securities by the SEC, Bitcoin and Ethereum are the only ones that are on the safe side of that fence right now. Right? And then lastly, I think Bitcoin is the only one that's demonstrated its real use case and traction. Right? So if we think about Bitcoin's ability to move value around the world and to store it, it's actually happening today. People are using it for that exact purpose. It's not like people are hearing about how Uber is going to change transportation and they haven't seen it yet. No, people are riding in the cars today with Bitcoin.
Here's what I think a lot of people are having trouble with, Spencer, in terms of the Bitcoin bulls coming on and saying long-term it's a value, et cetera, is that, I mean, you just cited examples as to how Bitcoin is proving its use case. We're seeing the number of transactions presumably increase, right, over this time. So people are using cryptocurrencies. There are many projects and businesses being built on the blockchain, many established companies using the blockchain. But while all this adoption is taking place using the blockchain technology, we're seeing cryptocurrencies as a whole in this prolonged correction. So at what point can we say that blockchain and crypto, they are two separate entities, and you know what? Maybe some people are right that you can believe in blockchain but not necessarily believe in cryptocurrency.
Sure, so that's fine. And you know, we certainly invest our capital to make sure that we have investments on both sides of that table. But overall, I'd say that's a thesis that largely is derived in kind of 2016. And so far, we've never seen a private blockchain that does not have a cryptocurrency attached to it actually function. So, you know, it remains to be seen on that front. And the other side is, again, just Bitcoin prices are a little bit, I think, there's a little bit more selling pressure than there otherwise would be.
So you're not buying this dip, Spencer? You're going to wait over the next 200 days or so for a better entry point?
I don't think that trying to hit the very bottom is a good strategy. I think that most people that are going to wait for lower prices will end up paying higher prices than they are today. So I think the right move is to not try and time the market and average into it. And that's exactly what I'm doing.
All right. Spencer, great to speak with you. Thank you.